Hi there, welcome to the last halftime huddle of 2024 for me, anyhow. Basically, it's the week before Christmas, so um, the next two Wednesdays are Christmas Day and New Year's Day. So I won't be coming live for those 2 days. Next time I will see you will be the week after that. So I thought I'd do just a little bit of a just to say hi. For those people who don't know what this is, Halftime Huddle is it's been rebooted, but basically the idea is to spend a little bit of time halfway through the week to reconfigure a little bit of a huddle together to suck on your orange segments between the half, talk to your coach, talk to your teammates, and get ready for the second half. So this is an opportunity for me to spend a bit of time with you on that to revitalize you and get you thinking about what sort of things you might be able to do for the second half, and maybe to even think about some new things you might want to try. So today, basically, we are coming up to the winter solstice, which is traditionally the beginning of winter. It's the end of this week, beginning of weekend time, sort of round about. Exactly which time it is, but essentially the shortest day, which brings with it the hint of the summer things to come. So you think about the new year. For those people who are not in the northern hemisphere, then you're in the summer solstice, which is essentially the flip side, is where you've got all the energy and excitement of the summer ahead of you. So what we did last week is we had a look at the a little bit of a review of last year, spent a bit of time considering what you how you got on, what was good, what was bad, and what was ugly, and maybe needed some time and attention to fix and make it beautiful for next year. But that's only part of planning for next year. The other part of planning for next year is to do some plans, to think about some things we want to do. Even though you potentially have 12 months can seem quite short, and there's a lot of things you might want to plan in, it's in some respects better to start thinking about things in bigger, broader strokes, at least for the most of the year, because as things can happen, as we know, even in a week, halfway through the week, which is what this is for, halfway through the week things can go awry. So spending too much time making micro plans for the whole of 2024 is probably 2025. Oh, there you go. That's my first faux pas. I'm sure it'll take me a while to get to 2025, but 2025, taking a little bit of time to spend, micro planning that year is probably not going to be the right thing for you. So we talk about the metaphor of how you fill a jug. You fill it with the big rocks first. So the start if you're planning, and what I would recommend, you spend a bit of time this time before you get into Christmas. So at least you've got that kind of level of planning already done. If you haven't done it already, then brilliant. Well done you, and more power to your elbow. There's been a lot of people who've been doing some planning since November and December. So brilliant for you if you've got that done. Then essentially when Christmas comes, you can break and have a nice little relax, and then already guns blaring for 2025 January. But if you haven't done that, then the best next step is to have a look at your big rocks. What are the big things? What are the key goals and achievements? Reconnect with your mission. What are you trying to achieve in your 5-year goal? And what can you achieve next year? The big blocks. Are there any non-movable events? This year, we had 2 big weddings. So they were big sort of lines in the stand, which we had to plan around. And for those sort of things made a difference to our year. It was a wonderful year, and we talked about it in the good, bad, and the ugly. But what's happening in 2025? Have you got any big things you want to do? Even simple things like planning when you want to go on holiday. Do those kind of things first, because if you don't do them, you end up, like you say in the metaphor of the big rocks, you're trying to squeeze in these big rocks once you've filled it full of minutiae on tiny little bits of sand and pebbles. So think about your big rocks first. Any big events, any big family events, any big personal events. think about sort of things like you want to relax. If you want to go on holiday and do some big things, pick those, put them in, sort of block them out in your diary so you know what you're dealing with. And then have a look at the big rocks. What are the big things? What was it, one or two or maybe three things you want to achieve in 2025, and plan them in. And then once we've got that, you set goals for winter. Winter for the Northern Hemisphere is a time when it's a bit colder. You're not really out there. The energy is more on just keeping yourself going. So it's a good time to have a look at making sure systems and processes in your business are working properly. Making sure that you're connecting with the clients, customers, and friends, and families and suppliers in the year ready for when spring comes in. You can start to kickstart. So, what is it you can do in the winter and plan that? And essentially, just list it out. Don't go into too much detail because essentially that's what the time is for. If you go into too much detail, then you can, if you're not careful, just sit and relax behind the plan, expecting a plan to work. If you've got things a little bit more fluid, then you can go with the flow and you can flex and back and forth. So this is sort of what I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking to you today about. So spend a bit of time the next couple of days before Christmas. If you're celebrating Christmas, if you're taking the time out. Even if you're not celebrating Christmas, it's great. It's a good idea to spend a little bit of time this time of year in the winter. Take a couple of days out. Use the fact that there's a lot of Christmas buzz around, and some of the places are closing down or quietening down for this time of term. To take some time to spend it with your family, recover and recoup, and do some R&R. Ready for being all energized for 2025. So for those who are celebrating it, I'd like to say Merry Christmas coming up. I hope that you have a great time. I hope that you manage to get some quality time with friends and families, and use it as a great opportunity to recharge your batteries, and where you can and where possible, spend some quality time just getting ready for the next year. If it's not possible for you to do that, then do take the opportunity where you can to just relax, just chill, just enjoy the space between the rushes of your business, and just take some time to recover for 2025. If you'd like to be a guest on this, do please let me know. DM me in wherever you see this, and we can have a chat and make it happen. So for me, it's a goodbye for a couple of weeks, and I will see you again in Halftime Huddle in 2025. I'll see you next year. So have a great little break, and I'll see you next year.